Sauron, the Dark Lord of Middle-earth. The guy forged a magic ring so powerful it literally had his soul baked into it. He used it to conquer kingdoms, enslave minds, and go full fantasy tyrant mode. The One Ring wasn't just a weapon, it was Sauron, his power, his essence, his master plan. And for a while, it worked. He nearly conquered everything. Even after he got body-checked into oblivion by Isildur, his spirit hung around like an evil Wi-Fi signal, whispering into the minds of the greedy and the weak. Cut to thousands of years later, the ring survives. The people who have it, a river creature who talks to himself, and then a barefoot teenager from the Shire. Sauron rebuilds his armies. The Eye is watching. The Nazgul are hunting. He's seconds away from getting the ring back and finishing what he started. And here's the twist. Frodo fails. He climbs Mount Doom, looks at the fire, and says, nah. He puts the ring on. The Dark Lord wins for about 4 seconds. Then Gollum shows up, bites off Frodo's finger, does a little victory dance, and slips into the lava. Just like that, ring destroyed. Sauron obliterated. Tower crumbles. Eye explodes. The Dark Lord of Mordor lost because a scrawny cave goblin tripped. The most powerful villain in Middle-earth, undone not by armies or wizards, but gravity and bad timing. Ozymandias. Adrian Veidt, billionaire genius, former superhero, vegan. Goes by Ozymandias because if you're gonna play God, may as well name yourself after a pharaoh. He looks at the world. Cold War paranoia, nuclear stockpiles, the ticking clock to doomsday, and decides the only way to save it is to blow part of it up. So he builds the perfect plan. Fakes an alien invasion. Drops a psychic bomb on New York. Kills millions to unite billions. It's horrific. And it works. The heroes arrive too late. They confront him, demand answers. And he just shrugs and says the most chilling line in comic book history. I did it 35 minutes ago. That's the twist. The villain already won. There's no battle to stop, no bomb to defuse, just stunned silence and the realization that the plan succeeded. Humanity unites in peace. Terrified of a fake alien threat, the nukes go back in their silos. The world breathes. And then the wild card, Rorschach's journal, a confession, the truth, already mailed to a newspaper. One editor, one article, one decision could blow it all up again. Ozymandias crafted the ultimate win, sacrificed everything for peace. And in the end, his biggest threat wasn't a hero, it was a diary. Light Yagami, honor student, genius, secret serial killer with a god complex. Also, casually owns a notebook that kills anyone whose name gets written in it. Because nothing says world peace like supernatural assassination. With the Death Note, Light becomes Kira, judge, jury, and divine executioner. He builds a new world order, wipes out criminals by the thousands, and toys with the police like it's a chess game and he's got 30 queens. The guy doesn't just outsmart his enemies, he recruits them, manipulates them, kills them, and makes it look like divine justice. His biggest threat? Nier, El's successor, another child genius. Eventually, they face off. Light's got the perfect plan. Fake notebook, secret pages, hidden accomplices. All he has to do is say a name, and boom, game over. He writes it, smiles, monologues, explains everything like a Bond villain with a god complex. And then nothing. Nier swapped the pages. Light wrote the names on normal paper. No one dies. All that genius, all those moves, all those bodies, undone by one last counterplay. Light screams, panics, bleeds, tries to write again. Too late. He dies in a staircase, alone and desperate, begging for mercy from the very justice he tried to control. The self-declared god of the new world, defeated by paper and a kid in a white hoodie. Voldemort, the Dark Lord, he who must not be named. Real name, Tom. Raised in an orphanage, grew up to be wizard Hitler. He cracks the code to immortality. Horcruxes. Split your soul, dash the pieces in cursed objects, become basically unkillable. He makes 7, because 6 felt a little too safe. With the Death Eaters at his back and pure blood supremacy in his heart, Voldemort declares war on the wizarding world twice and nearly wins. The only thing standing in his way, teenager with trauma and a lightning bolt scar. But here's the twist. Harry is a Horcrux. Voldemort accidentally made one the night he tried to kill him as a baby. That scar, not just cool branding, it's a soul shard. So fast forward to the final battle. Voldemort's got the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand in existence. Harry's dead. Supposedly, Hogwarts is in ruins. This should be it. The win. Except it all unravels. Harry comes back. Turns out Voldemort couldn't kill him because he was killing part of himself. The Elder Wand, it doesn't even belong to him. It answers to Harry. Then comes the final duel. One flash of green light, one Expelliarmus, and the Dark Lord explodes into magical confetti. Voldemort didn't lose to superior magic. He lost to chicory technicalities, wand loyalty, accidental soul storage, and a boy who just refused to die. The most feared wizard in history brought down by his own backup plan. Syndrome, real name, Buddy Pine. Started as a fanboy, ended as a full-blown supervillain with a jetpack and a vendetta. All he ever wanted was to be a hero. But Mr. Incredible told him to go home, and Buddy took that personally. So he builds gadgets, weapons, an army, fakes his own death, grows a cape, and becomes Syndrome. Tech genius with a god complex and a grudge. His plan? Brilliant and petty. Create a killer robot to defeat in front of the world, look like a hero, and then sell his tech to the public so everyone can be super. When everyone's super, no one will be. Chilling stuff. And for a while, it works. He captures the Incredibles, outsmarts the government, drops his robot on a city and watches it go full kaiju. But then cracks. The robot turns on him. The Incredibles escape. The plan starts unraveling. So he shifts to plan B, kidnap their baby. Only problem, he forgets one crucial detail. He's wearing a cape. And Edna Mode, fashion icon, supersuit designer, hater of unnecessary fabric, warned us all. On his way out, the cape gets caught in a jet engine. No epic battle, no showdown, just a midair whoosh and one very sudden explosion. The villain with the perfect plan. Millions in tech. Smarts, ambition, vengeance, defeated by wardrobe. Thanos, the mad titan, warlord of the galaxy, collector of rocks with god-level power. He's not just evil, he thinks he's right. The universe is overpopulated. Resources are scarce. His solution? Wipe out half of all life. And to do it, he hunts down the Infinity Stones, 6 cosmic artifacts that control literally everything. Each one is a catastrophe. All of them together, divine. While Earth's mightiest heroes argue about lunch and punch each other in airports, Thanos steamrolls across the stars, destroys the Asgardians, snaps Loki's neck, tosses his daughter off a cliff, wins every fight. Doctor Strange sees 14 million futures, and only one where the heroes win. And here's how that one starts. Thanos wins. He gets all 6 stones, fights through Wakanda. Thor arrives with Stormbreaker and almost kills him, but almost doesn't count. Thanos smiles, raises the gauntlet. You should have gone for the head. Snap. Thanos retires, smiles, mission accomplished. But 5 years later, the Avengers undo it. Time travel, quantum suits, second chances. And Thanos, this time the younger version, sees his perfect future and watches it get erased. He fights back, goes full warlord and loses badly. Turns out, wiping out half the universe once is impressive. Doing it again, you don't get that lucky twice. Thanos lost everything because he left one god with an axe and too much trauma. Scar, the original uncle with murder in his heart and drama in his voice, second in line to the throne of the Pride Lands. Jealous, bitter, fluent in monologue. He's not strong like Mufasa, not loved like Simba, but he's got something better, a plan. Scar engineers the perfect coup, traps Mufasa in a stampede, kills him with one sentence, long live the king. Then he gaslights a child, blames him for his father's death, and tells him to run away and never return. Throne's his. He lets the hyenas in, his loyal enforcers, his muscle, his yes men. The Pride Lands become a wasteland, but Scar doesn't care. He's king now, until Simba comes back. There's a final confrontation. Scar tries the same trick, blame the hyenas, play the victim, twist the truth, but this time, someone's listening. The hyenas hear him throw them under the bus, loud and clear, and they remember something. Scar promised them food, power, respect. All they got was bones and betrayal. Simba wins, Scar loses. But not because he got outfought, because his own allies turned on him. General Grievous, the cyborg nightmare with 4 lightsabers, a cloak full of stolen Jedi weapons, and a smoker's cough that could rattle glass. He's not just a warlord, he's a Jedi hunter, the separatist general who leads the droid armies during the Clone Wars. Part alien, mostly machine, all rage. He's terrifying on the battlefield, moves like a blender, talks like a broken engine, escapes every fight just to kill another day. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi shows up. They duel on the volcanic planet of Utapau. Grievous spins 4 lightsabers like a wind turbine on crack. Obi-Wan says hello there and somehow means business. They fight. It's brutal. But then comes a detail that ends it all. Grievous still has lungs. Somewhere inside all that armor, there's a sliver of biology. And Obi-Wan finds it. He pries open the chest plate and blasts Grievous' exposed organs with a blaster multiple times until the walking war machine bursts into flames from the inside out. The droid general, commander of armies, slayer of Jedi, defeated by a laser pistol and some leftover tissue. He didn't lose because he was outnumbered or outclassed. He lost because he still had lungs. Maybe next time, go full robot.